The freezer aisle is a battlefield of convenience foods, promising restaurant-quality snacks you can microwave in minutes. Some deliver crispy, satisfying perfection that rivals your favorite appetizer joint. Others serve up soggy disasters that taste like cardboard soaked in chemical flavoring. Your freezer space is prime real estate, and every bag you buy is a vote for either culinary excellence or corporate corner cutting. Today we're ranking the 10 worst frozen snacks that belong in the trash, plus the 10 champions that actually deserve your money. Subscribe and let's dive into the frozen truth. First up, the villains of the frozen food aisle. Totino's pizza rolls made their debut in 1968 thanks to Gino Paolucci, who ingeniously combined the convenience of frozen Chinese egg rolls with the comforting flavors of pizza. These bite-sized pockets quickly became the snack of choice for busy families, and by the 1980s, they were synonymous with late-night gaming marathons and after-school hunger pangs. The magic of pizza rolls lies in their portability, a poppable pizza experience that requires no plates or utensils. They became icons of teenage independence and dorm room survival, transcending ordinary snack status to become a cultural phenomenon. But when you finally bite into a Totino's pizza roll, reality hits hard. The crust feels like damp paper towels, while the cheese melts into a plastic-like coating that clings unpleasantly to your mouth. The pepperoni? Think of a salted rubber disc masquerading as cured meat. With a whopping 380 milligrams of sodium per 6 rolls and a lingering chemical aftertaste, these aren't just snacks. They're salt bombs disguised as comfort food. Recalls for salmonella contamination only add to the dubious reputation. Totino's trades on nostalgia from your high school days, but today, you'd be hard-pressed to serve these without feeling a bit embarrassed. Red Baron Classic Crust Mini Pizzas made their debut in 1976, carving out a niche with individual-sized convenience that ended the classic pizza-sharing debates. Their mini pizzas became a staple for busy families and college students alike, offering portion control without compromise. The concept promised restaurant-style personal pizzas with crispy crusts and generous toppings rivaling delivery options. Red Baron positioned these as premium frozen pizzas that justified their price through quality ingredients and preparation. But in practice, these mini pizzas are grease bombs, turning your oven into an oil slick. Excessive fat content results in pizzas that are simultaneously soggy and burnt, while cheese slides off in greasy sheets at first bite. The crust crumbles to dust, yet somehow remains chewy, creating a perplexing texture that's overcooked and undercooked at the same time. The sauce tastes like sugary tomato paste, and pepperoni curls into tiny grease pools that splatter when bitten. Totino's knows exactly what they're doing. They're selling you a memory of teenage convenience, not actual food. And honestly, teenagers are too woke to eat this now anyway. White Castle invented the slider in 1921, creating America's first fast food hamburger chain with distinctive small burgers that became cultural icons. The frozen version launched in the 1980s to bring the White Castle experience to areas without restaurant locations. Sliders became synonymous with late-night cravings and throwback comfort food, a little taste of American fast food history you could make at home. The promise? That signature White Castle flavor microwaved in minutes. But somewhere between the golden age and your home freezer, the magic slid away. The buns collapse into a gummy, damp mess. The beef patties lose any rich flavor and become chewy afterthoughts. And the onions overwhelm with a limp, overpowering punch. Microwave them, and you get a soggy, salty, one-note result that's more nostalgia trip than appetite satisfier. White Castle's frozen sliders promise a bit of classic comfort, but what you actually get is a pale imitation, likely to leave both longtime fans and curious newcomers wondering if the legend was just better left in the past. Hot Pockets burst onto the scene in 1983, promising restaurant-style sandwiches from your microwave in under 5 minutes. For a generation of latchkey kids and dorm dwellers, it felt like the future. Hot bread, gooey cheese, zesty fillings, no oven or chef required. The secret sauce, or so we were told, was that legendary crisping sleeve. Advertised as the answer to soggy microwaved foods, it conjured up hope for a golden, crunchy crust. In reality, it was often more a science experiment than a guarantee. And now the sleeves are retired in favor of new formulations and, according to the brand, more satisfying fillings. But while the branding still conjures visions of a melty, satisfying snack, the experience hasn't caught up. Bite in, and you get the classic Hot Pocket paradox, an outer edge that sears your tongue. Wrapped around a center of still frozen cheese and meat, the crust leaps between chewiness and limpness, and the filling is more salt-blasted goo than pizza or sandwich. Comedian Jim Gaffigan wasn't wrong. Hot Pockets remain the only food famous for being both lava hot and Arctic cold in the same bite. And if you manage to finish one, the real aftertaste is always sodium. So after all these years, Hot Pockets are still selling the dream of microwave magic. What you actually get is a grab-and-go gamble. Nostalgia with a side of regret. Best enjoyed only when convenience is the only thing on the menu. Mozzarella sticks became popular in the 1970s as Italian-American restaurants created appetizers that showcased melted cheese in portable formats. The concept spread to bars and casual dining, becoming synonymous with comfort food indulgence. Walmart's Great Value brand promises restaurant-quality mozzarella sticks at budget prices, making this popular appetizer accessible to families seeking affordable snack options for home entertainment. Unfortunately, Great Value mozzarella sticks contain virtually no actual mozzarella, instead featuring processed cheese product that doesn't melt properly and tastes like salted plastic. The breading falls off during cooking, leaving you with naked cheese sticks swimming in crumb debris. The mozzarella lacks the stretchy, gooey texture that makes real mozzarella sticks satisfying, instead creating dense, rubbery cylinders that require aggressive chewing. The artificial flavoring creates a chemical aftertaste that overwhelms any cheese notes. Walmart exploits the mozzarella stick concept to sell customers processed cheese product disguised as Italian-American comfort food. Breaded mushrooms took hold in the 1960s when American restaurants borrowed the classic European pub snack and turned it into a vegetarian-friendly shareable for sports bars and family chains. Farm Rich promised to bring this restaurant favorite to your oven, golden, crunchy coating with perfectly tender mushrooms inside. And for home entertainers, that sounded like an appetizer win. But the reality is closer to culinary sleight of hand than restaurant magic. Farm Rich breaded mushrooms come out of the oven with a crust that's more bland than bold, shattering and sliding off in chunks, while the mushrooms themselves become watery and limp, losing all that earthy, savory flavor that made the original snack so appealing. Each bite cries out for rescue by ranch or some heavy dipping sauce, since the breading brings little more than salt and the mushrooms taste more like generic moisture than the umami pop you want from a good mushroom. They leave you wondering, should a mushroom appetizer really need this much help? In the end, Farm Rich's breaded mushrooms promise a taste of pub classic comfort, but deliver a snack so mild and mushy, it's more chore than treat. Proof that not every restaurant classic survives the journey to your freezer. Stouffer's introduced French bread pizza in 1974, bringing a touch of European-inspired novelty to the frozen aisle. At launch, it stood apart from traditional frozen pizzas, promising bakery-style crust, premium toppings, and a more sophisticated, adult-friendly experience. The allure was real. Thick, crusty bread instead of a limp cracker base, and a generous layer of cheese and sauce that suggested an upgrade over everyday freezer fare. But in practice, French bread pizza walks a wobbly line between comfort food and culinary compromise. For every crisp-edged golden loaf, there are batches where the bread is tough enough to double as a doorstop, while the layer of cheese lets off more oil than aroma, resisting all efforts to become bubbly and brown. The sauce is more sweetened ketchup than herby marinara. And as for the toppings, well, the ratio rarely tilts in your favor. In the end, eating Stouffer's French bread pizza feels less like indulging in a premium treat and more like settling for garlic bread after the pizza joint closed early. It's a classic concept that deserves fresh bread, not nostalgia with a side of jaw workout, and a reminder that some freezer icons are best remembered, not reheated. Bagel Bites were brought to life in 1985 by a pair of Florida entrepreneurs who saw America's growing love of pizza and bagels and shrank it down to fit in the freezer. The idea took off, first as an after-school snack and later as finger food for sleepovers, parties, and last-minute lunches. Heinz snapped up the brand in the early 90s, pushing the notion that you could have real New York-style bagel pizzas without ever leaving home. Billed as a bite-sized taste of the city, Bagel Bites promised families the flavor of an authentic bagel shop in every box. The portion size and easy prep made them a hit with parents and kids alike, part of the golden age of microwavable snacks. But in every box, nostalgia meets hard reality. The bagels themselves are dense and chewy, missing that classic boil and bake lift, while the cheese melts into a rubbery layer that never quite strings. And the pizza sauce has a shock of sweetness that drowns out any hint of oregano or tomato. Bite in, and you get all the salt and sugar of a convenience snack, without the payoff of a real mini pizza. Even the convenience doesn't always deliver. Bagel Bites tend to burn around the edges but stay icy in the center, creating a snack that's often caught in no man's land between hot and cold. For all their throwback charm, Bagel Bites end up as more of a retro talking point than a kitchen staple. Sometimes the things we loved as kids are best left in the lunchbox, memories and all. Taquitos hail from Mexican street food traditions, rolled tacos filled with savory meat and fried until crispy. The 1960s saw taquitos gain popularity in American Mexican restaurants as approachable, authentic flavors, adapted for American palates. Jose Ole brought that classic Mexican flair to frozen appetizers, promising busy families a convenient way to enjoy real flavor without restaurant visits. But the reality inside the box can be a different story. Jose Ole taquitos often feature a processed meat product more reminiscent of mystery filler than real chicken or beef. Their tortillas juggle inconsistent textures, sometimes soggy, sometimes brittle, competing with each other for dominance. The filling's grayish hue and artificial seasoning can even irritate the throat. As you cook them, expect tortillas that crack and crumble into tiny pieces, transforming what should be neat little rolls into a scattered mess. The meat's texture hints at industrial processing, lacking the hearty bite you associate with taquitos made from scratch. With sodium levels sky high, these snacks big on salt disguise themselves as authentic Mexican cuisine. Jose Ole leans hard on the popularity of Mexican food to sell a frozen appetizer that falls short, leaving fans of taquitos and Mexican cooking alike feeling shortchanged. Egg rolls found their groove in Chinese-American restaurants of the 1930s, delighting diners with crispy wrappers enveloping savory, satisfying fillings. The idea quickly became a staple appetizer nationwide, a symbol of fusion cuisine done right. Walmart's Marketside brand promises to bring that authentic egg roll experience home at budget-friendly prices, aiming to put restaurant-quality Chinese appetizers within reach of every family. But the frozen reality falls short of the promise. Marketside egg rolls offer a filling that tastes more like damp cardboard than tender chicken or beef, wrapped in wrappers that somehow go from soggy to burnt without warning. The vegetable filling is an unappealing gray mush, and the chicken inside feels like it's been spun through a processor until all character is lost. During cooking, the delicate wrappers crumble apart, leaving you with more egg roll rubble than crispy bites. The filling's texture mirrors that of something far from fresh, begging for a heavy dip to make it palatable. With sodium levels above 400 milligrams per roll, these savory snacks double as salt bombs disguised in Chinese food packaging. In the end, Walmart leans heavily on egg rolls' popularity to sell a product that barely satisfies, proving some beloved dishes just don't survive the leap to mass production and the freezer aisle. Some frozen snacks actually get it right, delivering real flavor that lives up to what they promise. If you're tired of playing freezer aisle roulette with mystery bites, hit that subscribe button and let's dive straight into the frozen goodies truly worth the indulgence. These pastry bites showcase what happens when companies understand that frozen appetizers can be sophisticated rather than just convenient. The buttery pastry provides proper foundation for rich feta and sweet caramelized onions that create complex flavor profiles. The pastry bakes to golden perfection, creating flaky layers that complement rather than compete with the filling. The feta provides sharp contrast to sweet onions, while the overall effect is elegant enough for entertaining. These pastry bites prove that frozen appetizers don't have to be an afterthought. They can bring genuine flavor, texture, and sophistication to your table, turning any gathering into a memorable occasion. Trader Joe's Chicken Spring Rolls embody everything frozen appetizers should strive to be. Crispy wrappers encasing a filling bursting with real chicken and fresh vegetables. The wrapper crisps to golden perfection in the oven, delivering a satisfying crunch that yields to a well-seasoned, flavorful interior. Unlike typical frozen fare, the chicken inside is clearly identifiable, and the vegetables add a vibrant texture and authentic taste. Seasonings are balanced and sophisticated, making these spring rolls a contender in the realm of restaurant-quality appetizers. At a fair price point reflecting solid value, Trader Joe's spring rolls stand as proof that prioritizing quality ingredients and careful preparation can elevate frozen snacks to an impressive level. Capello's almond flour biscuits redefine gluten-free baking, delighting even those who don't need to avoid gluten. The almond flour lends a rich, nutty depth that elevates the flavor profile while maintaining the ideal biscuit texture. Crispy on the outside and tenderly fluffy inside. The real butter flavor shines through gracefully, balancing richness without overwhelming, making these biscuits a true rival to traditional wheat versions. Priced at a premium that reflects the thoughtful ingredient choices and craftsmanship, Capello's biscuits prove that gluten-free doesn't have to mean compromising on flavor or texture. They're a testament to what happens when quality ingredients meet expert preparation. Comfort food reimagined with integrity. Nancy's Petite Quiche delivers restaurant-quality results in convenient frozen format. The flaky pastry crust provides a proper foundation for custardy filling that's rich without being heavy, while the variety pack offers options for different tastes. The Lorraine and Florentine varieties showcase classic quiche flavors executed with genuine skill, creating appetizers elegant enough for sophisticated entertaining. The individual size makes portion control easy while maintaining impressive presentation. These prove that frozen appetizers can be genuinely elegant when companies understand that convenience doesn't require sacrificing quality. Whole Foods' 365 brand delivers unique Indian-inspired flavors that stand out in the crowded frozen appetizer category. The naan bread provides an authentic base for well-spiced vegetarian filling that creates satisfying complexity. The butter chicken flavoring is authentic and well-balanced, creating appetizers that introduce customers to Indian cuisine in accessible format. The vegetarian protein is well-seasoned and satisfying, proving that meatless doesn't mean flavorless. These showcase how frozen appetizers can be educational as well as delicious, introducing customers to cuisines they might not otherwise try. Feel Good Foods delivers clean label excellence with pot stickers that contain recognizable ingredients and deliver authentic flavors. The chicken filling is identifiable as actual chicken, while the wrapper crisps properly when oven-baked or pan-fried and maintains structural integrity. The gluten-free option proves that dietary restrictions don't require flavor sacrifices when companies prioritize quality ingredients. The cooking instructions work reliably, creating consistent results that build customer confidence. These pot stickers show that clean eating and convenience aren't mutually exclusive. When real ingredients lead the way, frozen snacks can surprise you with genuine flavor and wholesome satisfaction. El Monterey mini tacos deliver authentic Mexican flavors in convenient frozen format. The corn tortillas crisp perfectly while maintaining flexibility, creating proper taco texture that holds well-seasoned filling. The beef and chicken varieties both feature identifiable meat with authentic seasoning that creates satisfying Mexican flavors. The size makes them perfect for parties or snacking, while the quality makes them worthy of serving to guests. These mini tacos prove that authentic ethnic flavors can not only survive but thrive through freezing, delivering a party-ready snack that respects tradition without sacrificing convenience or quality. Tai Pei pot stickers deliver restaurant-quality results with expertly balanced meat-to-wrapper ratios and authentic flavors that rival fresh-made versions. The pork filling is well-seasoned and maintains a satisfying texture, while the wrappers crisp beautifully when cooked correctly. Their cooking instructions offer reliable results by combining steaming and pan-frying. The pot stickers steam gently to set the tender tops, while the bottoms brown to a satisfying golden crisp in a splash of oil. This method creates the signature pot sticker texture, a delicate balance of crispy bottom, tender top, and juicy interior. The recommended dipping sauces enhance the natural flavors rather than overpower them. These pot stickers prove that frozen Asian appetizers can be exemplary when traditional preparation techniques are respected and authentic ingredients are prioritized. Trader Joe's Greek spiral showcases phyllo pastry at its finest, with delicate, flaky layers wrapping a rich blend of 5 cheeses that create a complex and satisfying flavor. The pastry bakes to a beautiful golden crisp, offering a delightful textural contrast that makes each bite a little adventure. The sophisticated cheese blend delivers richness without overwhelming, perfectly balancing the savory notes. Presented in an elegant spiral, this appetizer is just as suitable for sophisticated entertaining as it is for casual snacking. It's a testament to how artistry in pastry and cheese selection can elevate frozen appetizers beyond the ordinary. These spirals prove that frozen appetizers become truly impressive when quality pastry techniques and thoughtful cheese blends come together in harmony. Feel-good foods. 3 cheese bites represent frozen appetizer perfection. Crispy breading surrounding real cheese that melts properly and delivers authentic flavor. The gluten-free breading crisps beautifully while maintaining structural integrity. The 3 cheese blend creates a complex flavor that's sophisticated without being overwhelming, while the portion size is perfect for satisfying without being excessive. The clean ingredient list proves that quality frozen food doesn't require chemical enhancement. Essentially grown-up mozzarella sticks, they deliver on every promise: crispy exterior, gooey interior, and cheese that actually tastes like cheese rather than processed product. When a brand understands that ingredients come before marketing, snacks like these earn and deserve a permanent spot in your freezer. The frozen snack aisle is where convenience meets quality, sometimes successfully, often disastrously. The worst offenders exploit our desire for quick satisfaction by selling us processed disappointment disguised as real food. The champions prove that frozen doesn't have to mean flavorless when companies prioritize ingredients over profit margins. Choose the brands that respect both the foods they're representing and the customers buying them. Your taste buds and your dinner parties will thank you. Hit subscribe for more freezer aisle truth and drop a comment about your biggest frozen snack disaster. Until next time, Keep your standards high and your freezer stocked with the good stuff.